Hi guys, welcome to the Savage, my channel. Today we're having a look at some modifications that you can do on a milling slide. This is a Myford, it's an original one, milling slide. So a few of the bits I've changed on it. Well, I made these little jaws for it. I think actually you can get them for them, I think. But they're milled. So we started with just the milling slide and we had nothing else. So first we had to do is make these little T-nuts. I think that was the first job before we could make these. Just make one bar of it and then you can chop them up. This one actually has got a function. It's a bit too long. You can actually hang it out ever so slightly on the other side. That's also why we've got some more holes here, so you can slide the block out if you're a bit short in reach. You know, you can go a bit like that, or you can go the other way with it. Also what you can do with it, so I milled these ribs on them. They're offset, so well, you have to take the screws out, but you can have them that way on, or you can have them that way on. Same with the bottom, so that sort of changes your range a little bit if you sort of get out of range with it. And I made these, first made the T-nuts, and I just bolted them on, trammed them in, and milled these little ribs. What makes it dead rigid, you know, that's quite nice. When we started, so they are quite stiff, they're a good fit. So we started like that, and when you need to do a bit of round stock, because I haven't got no V for it, I should make one actually. I'll put my round stock in here, like so. And I was very rudimentary, but I still use it. It works great. And for T-bolts, and they are sort of semi-dispensable, you can do this. These are my T-bolts, and you might recognise what they actually are. They are just an 8mm or 5/16 catch bolts, and the only thing you need to do to them is you need to skim a little bit off the top, lob the two sides off, and that's it. They're ready. And they fit in like so. Perfect little square, drops underneath the flat here. So, and why I like using these ones is you can just chop them to length. If you clamp something, you don't want it sticking out, you just hacksaw them off. If they're too short, make another one. There's just a bit of stock in there, and just clamp it down. Just to center it. If you get one of these, it's a Morse Taper 3. It's from a South Bend actually. I haven't got a Myford lathe, but we have got the Myford milling slide. It came with a lathe. It's an extended Morse Taper 3 center. Well, it's quite handy because you can stick it straight through the chuck and it comes out far enough. And what you do is you just send your milling slide up and down so it nicely fits in there, and from the side here you can see it really well. We get them absolutely bang on centre of this thing, log the gibs up, and then you're on centre for, you know, drilling cross holes. And so how to do, what you can do is, normally this bolts straight on here, but for certain jobs I ran out of travel. I couldn't get the table low enough, so what you can do is just make two little spacers, put some longer bolts in it, and your slide can drop down, you know, a little bit more. I think they're 3/4 of an inch or something like that, and that gets you a little bit deeper and gives you more options. It's a good little mod to do and keep the original bolt so you can put it back to standard. But what can happen is when you tram your milling slide, you know, either against your chuck or you run a dial indicator to it, as soon as you tighten it up, it can move, not that much, but a thousandth or something like that. Yeah, and it's really difficult to tram it in sometimes, if you want to get it absolutely to 1,000th correct. But you can avoid that by instead of normally they only just got one bolt in the middle, so I made this hold down disc and the sort of belt and braces. It also got a rib on it here that fits into the compound, and that fits really tight in there, so it cannot move that way. And I like to use for the milling slides, put 2 bolts in it, and also my T-nut. It's another little thing that I made on with the milling slide. I put 2 bolts in it instead of 1. Now that your bolt is out of the center, it has got far less chance of it moving whilst you tighten it up. So that is a good modification to do, is make a longer T-nut, make one of these and put 2 bolts in it. It holds it much better, and it doesn't move when you tighten the bolts up, you know. So that is a good little mod to do. All right, so then the final thing that we did on it, so we come back to the dial here. This dial is fixed, and like I said before, I don't know whether they're all the same or not, but this thing is fixed to the shaft, so I cannot zero it, and that is quite difficult to work with it. So another little modification, it's quite easy to do. I made it all with a little milling slide, you know. You make yourself a little block like this. There's a tiny little edge on there, fits on here like so, and the little edge stops it from, you know, tipping once it's tight. So fit that on here. So the only thing we had to do was drill a hole in here, tap it 1/4 or a bit of Whitworth, and 2 more down here. And then what you can do is once that's tight, that won't move now. Little foot, and the little foots you can mount it that way on, and you can mount it that way on. Let's just put it that way on, and then you can fit this travelling dial. It's a 2-inch dial, and I didn't measure it. I don't know exactly what the travel of the slide is, but with the little bushes here, with the little spacers, you get a little bit more out of it, and there is still a good bit of overlap on the dovetails. It doesn't affect it whatsoever. It's a good little thing to do. You get it a bit lower that way. So what you then do is put a little foot in it. And you can set it wherever you are, because you only got 2 inches here. Oh, there we go. And then you can set it in so it's in the range of the dial. So let's just put it here for now. Right. that you can fit travelling dial like so in there. You have to set a little foot first, depending where the slide is. But you get the idea. And then now you can send the slide accurately up and down, and you don't have to rely on the original little dial. So that makes life so much easier. And do the same holes on the other side. So you can put a dial on this side, or you can put a dial on that side. So that is it. That's my little modifications. So put some bushes, some spacers in here. It'll go down a little bit deeper. There's plenty of overlap. Fit a travelling dial. If you are just bought one, consider making it with 2 bolts and a longer T-nut. Also, sometimes when on a small lathe, when you sort of run out of travel with the cross slide, you can hang this ever so slightly out of the compound, or the other way. So that gives it gives you some options, because sometimes you just need that extra half inch, So I suppose that is it. That is how I use my little milling slide. Rigidity is everything, so make it with a little rib that fits into your compound. Double T-nut. It won't move, and it's far more rigid. Another thing I have got for it, but then we're going back to a single bolt. We make a little puck, so you can do away with the compound slide, and it goes directly on the cross slide, but you do lose your backwards and forwards. So I suppose, yeah, that are my modifications. Just a quick run through, gives you some ideas if you just bought a milling slide. They'll do some Japanese copies as well. So fit one of these, so easy, 2 bolts, and you can run some spacers on here, so he goes a little bit deeper down. Make some of these offset again, gives you a little bit more wiggle room, get them this way, I'll put them that way. That is it. So thanks very much for watching. It was only a very quick video, but I thought it was worth showing it. So please give us a like and subscribe, and have a look at my other videos. All right, thanks very much. Bye bye.